America, sweet America, aka the United States, aka the land of milk and honey, aka the place of opportunity.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Slipping now. Look on, living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. One's in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry him. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the bag. Yeah, I'm so cold like that. Yeah, I'm so dull like that. We gon' blow like that. Slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now.
America has now turned into a financial prison, having its own citizens slaving for a cost of living. Meanwhile, while allowing funded illegal immigrants under Joe Biden into the country, causing debt on top of debt, leaving frustration to the very people who pay tax dollars.
According to Customs and Border Protection, this disruption started at about 1:30 on Sunday, and this happened at the Paso del Norte Bridge in El Paso, Texas. Now, this connects El Paso to Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, and CBP says that they deployed physical barriers to stop this attempted mass entry into the United States. Why are we seeing this right now? Well, you probably remember the immigration policy towards Venezuelans changed in October, and since then there's been a swelling of Venezuelans in Ciudad Juarez on the Mexican side.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
I don't want to stay at this job anymore. I'm not happy here. I'm not happy living in Atlanta. There's honestly no place in America that I want to move to. There's no state where I feel like, you know what, I can start over here, or I can start over there. There was no place I wanted to live. But what was so appealing to me was leaving the country.
Cost of living, I think, is like 60% less than America.
Today, in America, $15? Child, bye. You can't even get an eyebrow wax for $15. Now, when it comes...
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where...
Anyone else feel like they're absolutely fucking drowning financially?
The reason so many Americans are feeling this way is because they've been stolen from in the most clever way possible. As the government prints extra money, it devalues all the money you hold.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will...
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
8 out of 10 households are living paycheck to paycheck. Almost half of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without turning to debt. 55% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. And the big issue here is debt. 40% of Americans are spending nearly half of their income on debt. We're talking student loans, car loans, credit cards, medical debt. Half of their income every month to lenders. That is insane.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
That's right. That's right. Get your money, black man. Get your money. Man. Considering the dark history of America, colonization, genocide, racial injustices, etc., I say America's fate is finally catching up with it, but its image is finally crumbling at its core. And people are realizing the American dream is exactly that, a dream. It don't make it no better nowadays under Trump's tariffs and taxes are about to go through the roof. So if you ask me, that's only if you ask me, it might be time to relocate or consider another country.
Because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where
instant reaction to the post on True Social we just got from President Trump. The president suggesting, based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of this administration to discuss and negotiate a solution to matters of trade, he says countries that have not retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States, he is authorizing a 90-day pause on the tariffs and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period, he says, of 10%, also effective immediately. He was raising the tariff on China, which has retaliated to 125%, but clearly risk assets and others are seizing more on the 90-day pause for everyone else ex-China.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
I think it's pretty ridiculous and a slap in the face to our allies. Like, you guys have our back, you stimulate our economy.
It might cost us more in the long run, you know, down here, and he has a lot of different things he's doing and may come back to bite him. All of us, you never know.
We got to do what we got to do. I mean, we've been taken advantage of for too long, and I believe in Trump.
I don't know. He's saying it's to reduce drugs and things across the border, but I don't buy that really. So
because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation.
Trump's aggressive approach on tariffs seems to be getting a lot of attention internationally and could affect America and, most importantly, its citizens in the long run, consequently isolating it from the rest of the world based on Trump's plan to so-called bring the profit back to the American people, but could backfire drastically and make other nations drop the American dollar altogether, and literally would make America a third world country in 1 hour.
The American empire is over. We're done. We peaked about 12, 15 years ago, and we are on a down. And it's very hard for the American people, which I understand. I am one. It's hard to get your head around that. We've had a century of on the way up, which is a lot more fun than on the way down. But it does happen to every empire. We're only the latest. Look at the British, how far they've fallen. We're in that process. So the problem with the trickle down is, yeah, there might be more jobs, but they're going to be created in China. They're going to be created in Brazil. They're going to be created in India. They're not created here. We have the greatest level of corporate debt this country has ever seen, off the chart. The greatest level of personal debt, and we have the greatest level of government debt. Our government debt is now trillions of dollars greater than our annual output. That was not the case in the 20th century. It is the case now. What you're seeing is desperation politics. The whole Trump phenomena ought to say to you, wait a minute, these jerky moves that are out of whack, right? In recent days, we have seen the decision of the Trump administration to kiss the war in Ukraine goodbye. We're not doing that no more because we can't afford it. We can't keep
Brazil bricks, Russian bricks, the Indian bricks, Chinese bricks, South Africa bricks. They ain't talking Gucci man, but they've been talking bricks. So these 5 countries came together with the intent to make America's dollar equivalent to 0 cent. If that happened, even wealthy people won't even be rich, cause everything we've ever known quadruples in the expense. Picture this, for 1 bricks dollar, America needs 55, which means they gon' overcharge for all of their supplies. Your Jordans made in China, price range by different size. You will have to multiply that price range by 55. Do the math. 300 times 55 equals more people struggling to survive. equals more robberies, crime super high, equals more people in danger, more people die. The power of the American dollar is at stake, cause they want to dethrone our dollar till it deflates, which means everything you buy or own will inflate. So the lifestyle.
Because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where.
Okay, so I hope that clearly explained the seriousness and desperation of America at this point. We should be planning for the storm to come, but most of all, seeking guidance and instruction from God. But what does the word say about these current world events, or what's taking place, and what's America's fate, biblically? Okay, so let's get into some scriptures. Today I'll be reading from the King James Version with the Apocrypha. Do your research on the Apocrypha, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna start in Jeremiah 50 and verse 14. Chapter 50 and verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done. Do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. So it sounds like this Babylon has a pretty profound judgment. But let's continue. Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come, and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. So let's skip down to verse 12. I'm going to read 51 and 12 through 14. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come in the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. This is war, y'all. This is war. And when they talk about covetousness, Babylon is the pure manifestation of all the past kingdoms manifested into its glory. Satan's perfect empire.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Okay, so as you heard in the video, and what's going on in the world, China is prepping itself and situating itself to be the ruling empire after America falls. If you know, China is everywhere. I'm talking about from Africa to the Western world. You know, China is setting up for the fall of America. But China is not going to get away. So we're gonna learn that here in the scriptures. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and let's start at 43. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her. The star in all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. and they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. Verse 46, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon and art the glory of her person. So China has sat back and watched. China's like, okay, we seen how they did it. We can do it even better this time. Verse 47, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which the other nations, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith God, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Man, so sounds like nobody gets away. But ultimately, America will be completely destroyed, eradicated, taken off of the face of the map. And it's time to come out of her, my people. Of course, the majority of people will hold on. Like Martin Luther King say, they have a dream. That dream is dead. You got to be asleep to have that dream. But yeah, man, y'all like, share, and subscribe. I don't know, maybe I'll do another one like this. But until then, it's Pilgrims in the Earth. Peace. We out.